Hey guys, Tapdawg here. It's been a while since I've shown off my play in the arena, so this is going to go in the beginner's guide. This is more my Tapdawg account, so the deck you're going to see is a lot better than a beginner account would be, but this is more to kind of show you the strategy, what I do, what you should be doing if you're trying to do better in arena. Obviously, the strategy I'm using is Tiebreaker. This is the most effective strategy for most players. It's the easiest way to play the game. There is, technically, you'd probably win more with Lobotomizer, but it's a very boring way to play. But I just want to kind of show you guys how I play the arena using Tiebreaker. So I'm going to go in here. It's a new season, so we kind of have a mixed bag of opponents here. But I'm going to click Battle here. Now, the first thing I look for when I look at my opponents is I've got 3 opponents here. One has 55 health, and you can see that underneath their stars it shows their health amount. So Hans Ono has 745 stars, but he's got 55 health. Crucifix here has a lot more stars, 3,000 stars, but he's only got 45 health. And then Pink here has 704 stars, but only 44 health. So in my mind, it makes most sense. It's going to be easier to have a lot less health if I choose Crucifix or Pink. And since Pink is in healer mode, this 44 is actually more of a 54, so you want to choose the person who's got the least amount of health and potentially would be able to get their health down the fastest, which in this case would be Crucifix. So I'm choosing Crucifix for my battle. Now when I start to battle, I look at the cards that I've been given, and I am hopefully wanting to see at least one final form in my hand. I don't have a final form here, so because of that I'm going to redraw. The reason you want to have a final form in your hand is it makes it that much easier to know that you're going to win. The most important thing is not necessarily the quality of your cards. Obviously that is needed as you get to these higher ranks, but it's actually being able to use your final form card on turn 3. So if you already have one in your hand like I have here, it makes it pretty much a guaranteed win as long as you don't have anything crazy happen. So I'm going to do Superhero and Void. Now, it started with Mutant Man, which this is a 35-35, which is a 70 total. But I'm going to choose Void instead, which is also a 70 total, but it does just a little bit more attack. The more damage I can do to my opponent, the better. And in this case, I wouldn't have done any damage to Crucifix with Mutant Man, whereas I got to do at least 1 damage plus my 3 from my combo meter filling. This time I'll do Insect and Science. Sorry, my wife was calling me. Might have to cut this video short. But then we go over here and we use our turn and we win. So that's kind of how that works. And now I'm going to have to pause this video because someone was calling me. So give me a minute, guys. Alright, I am hopefully back. Here we go. And so we finished the first battle. We're going to continue on now. So again, same idea here as last time. You look at your 3 opponents. Whoever has the least amount of health, and preferably red, is going to be your easiest opponent to choose once you have Tiebreaker. So go back here. And again, really your strategy is looking, do I have any final form cards? No, so I'm going to redraw. And occasionally you'll do this and you don't get a final form card, and if that's the case, you do have a new strategy you have to play, but I got one this time, so we will hold off on that for now. So here's another interesting thing. Don't always just necessarily choose the first option it gives you, because Golem and the Chosen One makes Precious Ringlord, but also Golem and Leader makes Precious Ringbearer, whatever. So they're the same exact combo. So next what I want to look at is Sci-Fi, and Sci-Fi combos with both of these guys, but it has a very different stats. So because it has a better combo with the Chosen One, I'm not going to use the Chosen One with Golem. I'm going to use Leader instead. So planning your attacks out so you do the maximum amount of damage, just in case you happen to get 2 final form cards on your next hand here. And look, I got one of the 2 is that way. So now I'm going to choose the Chosen One, and I just wanted to see what my options are here for those. So that's a 37-32 for both of those, but I'm fine with this. We got his health down to about 15 or so, 12, there we go, and then I'm just going to use my final form, and that should beat him. So that's really all there is to it with the Tiebreaker. Obviously, It gets a little bit more complicated as you face some harder opponents, so I will, after this battle, kind of play someone that's a little bit more challenging to kind of show you what you should do in that situation. And here's an example. Okay, let's just say I redrew here and I did not get the final form. So this is what my starting hand looks like. Well, instead of necessarily being attack focused, I might want to find more neutral attacks, such as Golem and Undead here, where I might take a little damage or I might give a little damage, but it won't be that big of a difference. Obviously, Science and Dragon, you want to make Hydrabot. That's the best combo in game. So now I'm in a situation where if I don't have my final form, what do I do? Well, they are probably going to play their final form. Now, hopefully you have 55 health. If you don't, or if you don't start with 55 health, it does make it harder. But because I've done less attack-focused combos and more neutral, even defensive combos, I have a lot of health here. I have more than 36s, which is usually where I want to be, is above 36 or so. So now this turn, I have to assume that they're going to use a 36 attacking critical strike card. So I want to find my highest defensive combo I've got. So right now it's a 33. $33 is going to be our winner, so that's what we're going to do. So that means I'll take 39 damage, except he used a 35, so it's only 37 damage to me. So I've got 11 health, he's got 8. However, I'm in a much better spot than him because I'm going to do 5 damage, so all I really need to do is 3 damage. So I can go ahead and use something that has a high attack like this, and I should win. So that was just to kind of show you the strategy of what I do if I don't get a final form on my first turn or my redraw. So next I will show you what to do when you have to battle someone that's blue, right? Because now they're all blue. And I'll choose Althario since he's got 55 health just to kind of show you how this works. So on this one, again, having as much health as possible is going to be ideal for you. And I'm going to be trying to do 71 combos. So 37, 34 here is a 71 total. So I only take 1 damage there. He took 3 because of the 2 from my actual turn there. And then I had 1 extra orb fill versus him. So now it's my second turn. What I want to do is plan out my third turn as well, because more than likely I'm going to have to play defensively on my third turn. So I know Metal and Strength makes a defensive combo here, so I don't want to use either of those. So instead I'll use Sci-Fi and Villain to do another 71 attack, and this is going to be a trade for trade, so 8 damage each. And even though I could use Sniper, I would lose if I used that right now, because he'll either play Sniper or one of the 36-19s, and I would only do upwards of 52, 53 damage, and he's got 54 health. Mr. Pym is just too... just wouldn't make sense. It would only do 54 damage, and that's if he plays Sniper or one of the other 36 damages, but because that's not a guarantee, I'm going to play my defensive combo here. So I would have won with Mr. Pym right there, but you know what? It's okay. We're going to keep going. Now, here's a tricky spot. Radiation and Undead do not combo. This is one of my dead combos in my hand. And when I get Elf 2, that's a really bad hand because then I can't use any of those 3. So in this situation, I could use Sniper, but more than likely I would lose. So instead, I'm going to play Mr. Pym, but I'm actually going to play him not with his ability. So I'll take a little bit of damage, 7 damage there, and he took 2 damage. Now I want to play something that's a little bit higher defense, so Frankenstein here would work for me, and I'm fine with this. We're going to have an even swap there, and now I use Sniper because he should use his final form. And he did, and that is a win. So, again, you don't have to always be attack-focused or attack-minded when you're using Tiebreaker. You need to strategize based on the hand you get and the opponent you have. So that's an example of something where you might have thought you were going to lose, and you actually are able to win because you looked at your cards and you took your time to figure out what you wanted to do, and you strategized ahead of time for it. So next, I'll go back to another blue here. Let's go with Zothark. He's kind of an in-between of the two. Gage would have been very easy, and Makani would have been a little bit more challenging. So this is kind of an in-between of them. I think I'll keep this hand. It's a little bit risky because I have 2 final forms in the hand, but I think it's okay. In this situation, I'm going to play a little bit riskier and do a higher damage because I know Zothark's account, and he usually is. I'm able to get his health down with just a couple of turns like this. So now I got his health down, and I can use my final form, and I should beat him here. Yeah. I was also going to say he normally uses final forms that aren't as higher of an attack, so I'm safe on that end too. But just again, another example of what you can do. And I think I'll play one more here just to kind of give you an idea once more of how I use Tiebreaker. Let's go against good old Chef 7.4. There's 2 chefs, but this is the one I normally see up towards the top. And I'll play this like I did not get my final form in my hand. Okay, so I'll start with this hand. So because Chef is fire, it's going to be a little bit harder because there's a better chance I might not have enough health. So I want to play defensively as best as possible. But at the same time, there are some decisions I can make. So defensively, the best defense I have is probably Knight with Science there. It gives a 35 defense. But I'm actually going to play Dragon and Science. It gives 1 less, but it just has 2 extra damage overall. And it looks like it wouldn't have mattered either way. I was able to do a little bit more damage to him. And then I'll do another 71 total damage scoring here. So that's going to take 6 from me, and I'll do 8 damage to him. And because my health is high enough with 41, I could have survived an attack from him if I had used something like Knight with Earth. I would have taken 38 damage there, so I'd have 3 health left at that point, and he would have taken, I don't know, something like 15 damage. But since I have my sniper, I will play it here. But this is just kind of an idea of how to play strategically when you're using Tiebreaker. So hope that helps some of you guys, and if you have any questions on using Tiebreaker, please let me know. Take care.